I've tried different types of personal training in terms of like groups where basically you just train people as you go, one-to-one training where you actually design the whole plan, and just tried different types of training, and none of them quite fit what I felt like was needed. It was like either people couldn't afford the personal training, the one-to-one side, so they couldn't do many sessions, or the group training, they didn't get enough service. So I sort of went smack bang in the middle and did the personal training with small groups so that I can give everyone their full plan and everything that they need for their specific goals, but do it in a group so they can do more frequent sessions.
Now, I'd imagine you had a lot of training to be a personal trainer and to do that, but probably one of the things that you perhaps had much knowledge of was actually setting up your own business. What did you do to sort of the first few steps? I always sort of was business minded, but obviously, like you say, I never actually did any business qualifications. So it took a lot of research, a lot of reading, a lot of learning from there. But the things that I sort of had to learn along the way and sort of find out as I was going was things like cash flow, how to work out that kind of thing, how to work out budgets and monitor systems and see how things progress. And that probably doesn't always sort of it doesn't necessarily come hand in hand with being a personal trainer, because it's something completely different, but it's something you need to learn to do. And as part of that, I think you actually approached Nwes, didn't you?
Yeah. So I came to Nwes. That was about February last year. I came to them basically because business, as much as I was reading up on it, I needed the sort of advice, and from what I was offered in the package that I went for, everything was there, and it was like the business advice. I had a mentor, they supported me with the loan, and they actually helped me design the whole thing and decide on location and how to do pretty much everything really.
So how valuable was their support and their help and assistance with you in setting up RAW?
Like crazy. I mean, I needed that really. I didn't realise I needed it until I started putting it into practice, and then I thought, I couldn't have done it without this. I just look back and think, if I hadn't have got that help, I would have crashed and burned straight from the beginning.
And was there anything in particular that you were surprised that when you started working with them and they were giving you all this help and support, was there anything you sort of thought, I really didn't realise I'd have to think of that?
I would say systems, I mean, so I sort of thought, so people come in, I design the program, then I train them, and then I review the program and update it and that kind of thing. But I hadn't actually put it in a plan and put systems in. And one of the main things we had to do was actually sit there and work out a sort of like a flow chart of how processes would go and every single system in the entire business. And I mean, that proved invaluable when I started actually applying it, but I hadn't even considered it before.
And what do you think? I mean, you're nearly approaching a year in business and trade. Firstly, just how are things going?
It's going excellently. I mean, beginning I had a massive influx, and that was excellent. Then it died down, and that spiked back up. And it just seems like the more people that come, because people do their training and they get the results, then they refer people on, and it just keeps getting better and better.
And where do you sort of see the business going now? What plans have you got to continue to sort of grow the business?
Well, I'm always continuously sort of upgrading in terms of the equipment that I've got here, the added services that I can put alongside it. But the main thing I want to look towards is athlete-based training. So I'm doing my qualifications in strength and conditioning to actually train athletes for sports, and I want to sort of get that based equipment and go towards that market.
And are the people from Nwes, do they still sort of keep in touch with you? Do they still sort of help and give you a bit of advice and check how you're doing?
Yeah, so I have regular meetings with my business advisor. That's probably every 4 to 6 weeks, and then I have a mentor who I see every month. And
just what is that like, having that sort of, I suppose, that experience, that someone you can go to that perhaps isn't a family member or a friend who might sort of go, is this right, that they can be a little bit neutral?
I mean, just because they're seeing it from a purely professional thing, they're not thinking,
don't want to hurt his feelings or anything. They're just like, Sam, that's not going to work. It's unrealistic. You need to do this instead. And that straight talking, just that second opinion as well, is just so important.
What kind of things do you think that you've learned as a person, as an individual, through doing this process and setting up your business?
Cool, that one threw me there. I would say the main thing was just organisation. I mean, I'm quite an action-based person. I just want to do things. I want to think and then go. And this just made me be a lot more organised about things and think, actually, that's a quality that really does help in the long term. Just keeping things in plan.
What advice would you give to anybody who, like you, a year or so ago, thinking, actually, do you know what, I want to set out on my own? What advice would you give there?
Don't rush into it. Definitely don't rush into it. Learn everything and just keep reading, keep learning. Look for advice. Definitely try find a mentor. That's just such an invaluable bit of just advice and support that you need. You just need that professional opinion to refer to, but just keep designing a plan before you jump into it.
KL.FM.